Hi, it's Jewele. Welcome to my channel. I am Scrappin' Happy. This is the last episode in our Craft With Me, make a large envelope spring junk journal fun time thing. We are done, almost. I have gone in and added some fabric tabs, and I've gone in and added fibers or ribbons or what have you to my cards. Some of the tabs, and this hasn't happened to me before with Fabri-Tac, where it showed through. So on several of my tabs I had to go in with a little bit of trim and just cover up where the glue had shown through, which I thought was kind of weird. But anyway, there's no mistakes, just opportunities to embellish. So I think I'm pretty done. I can't think of anything else unless, going through it later, something just jumps right out at me. But so I've got all of those things done, and I used a clear plastic pocket, a very small one actually. It was in my stash. I'm not sure where I got it, but it was perfect size for down here. And not sure yet. I may cut something out of some of the leftover paper to fit down and be real pretty in there. But until I do, I'm going to keep this in here and see if I like it. I've added a little bit of, charms to a couple of places. Here's our cute little bird. And I got an excellent tip from Allie, who's in our little IAmScrappinHappy club. She suggested putting on the back cover, inside pocket, a fabric pocket, and putting this inside it, because fabric pocket will stretch just a little, and so it would fit perfectly. And I hadn't even thought about yet what I was going to do with the inside of the cover. So that's an excellent idea. Thank you so much, Allie. I am going to do that. But first, let me show you. Alright, so this is done. I'm going to just sit it over here out of the way. And this lovely napkin, oh, I've got it inside out, okay, is going to be the cover, the outside cover. Now, I don't know if you can, I think you can. These colors are all in the journal. They're all in all the papers. They're different embellishments and things that have all of these colors. And isn't this gorgeous? The same lady who sent me the paper pack sent me this. So I'm thinking this journal is going to have to be named like Gay Spring or something, because her name is Gay, and it just needs to be gay and bubbly, because she is, and everything. Oh, it's just so pretty. I just love it. Okay, so this is going to be the outside of the cover. And you look, it's just a bit long on either end, which makes me sad because I really like this finished edge, and I really like, I think that would just look really nice. But I'm going to just be a grown-up here and make it even. So it'll be basically going to cut off from the blue line on either side. And then the top, okay, so back up a step. I'm going to cut this off here and then fold that over. So I will have about 1/4 of an inch or so folded over all around, so it'll have a smooth edge still. The top, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just pull it right to the top and not curve it over, because I want the pretty finished edge and the pretty full thing. All right, and then the bottom I will have to cut because it's, you know, hanging way down here. So the bottom will be folded under. So the three sides, here, here, and here, will be the fabric curved around the edges and attached. And then the top will just be to the very edge up here. So here's the second part of the cover. I have collaged using some of the scraps and some of my other scraps, just scraps I had, because I thought this was a good mix. And of course it doesn't have to be all matchy-matchy and all that. But a tip for you, because I generally always mess something up, I didn't want to collage directly on here in case I did mess it up. Plus sometimes if this gets too wet with your whatever you're using, glue, Mod Podge, whatever, it can just get kind of weak. The fibers can get weak if they get too wet. So I used a piece of deli paper. I have a big pack. I got them off Amazon, 12 by 12. I want to say, oh, I don't know, 100 pages. I mean, it was very affordable. So I cut me one to size, and then I decoupaged onto it. So now I was able to then, you know, dry this and pick it up and sew it. And if you can see the stitches on the back, it's gold thread, so you might not be able to. I don't know if you can see it there either. So I went around all the edges because you just don't want it peeling up. And I used this Distress Collage Medium Matte. It's a Ranger product, and it just goes on with a paintbrush or whatever you want, but I used a paintbrush. And I absolutely love it. I don't like Mod Podge. It's messy. It's wet and it's gooey and it sticks to every, I mean, yeah, we want our things to stick. But I mean, it sticks to me. It sticks to everything. And when it dries, it's still sticky, and it's, I just don't like it. I just won't use it. So I was watching Lynette on Cheaply Chic, and this was a while ago, and she has and uses this. I was like, I'll give it a try. I'm absolutely in love with this stuff. It's not messy. I just used a paintbrush, I think probably this one, and you just, you know, paint it on, stick your thing on, paint it over it. But the thing I like the most, and I don't guess you can really tell by looking, let me zoom and see if you can you see the finish. It's matte. I mean, it's not, but and you can't tell this, but it feels so good. I mean, it doesn't feel sticky, and it doesn't feel rough. It's just smooth and kind of silky. I don't know, that's crazy. I'm sorry. I'll stop talking about it, but it's just cool. I like it. I definitely will use it again. And I even got myself, I haven't used it yet, but I got myself the vintage one. So of course, you know, it's a brownish. So that's good. So anyway, what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to go iron this because it's, you know, folded. So I'm going to go iron this out straight, cut my things off, glue it to the outside, fold over the two sides and the bottom. Then I'm going to come back in with this and put it on so it will cover up the fabric edge on the two sides and the bottom. Okay. hold your breath and cross your fingers. I'm not going to make you sit here and listen to me use my bowling words. I'm going to pause you and go do these things, and I'll be back. And then we'll sew the signature in. Okay, so of course, things did not go as planned. It hardly ever does for me, and that's fine because, you know, I like surprises. The cover, I cut it wrong. I did not end up with enough on the edges to fold over. So I ended up cutting it flush with the edge, because there was like an 1/8, maybe a 1/16 of an inch overhang. There was just no way to wrap it around and glue it. So that's okay. I cut it off flush, and then I have a couple of spots of glue again, which is, oh, I'm not going to get it off. No, it's very disturbing, so I'm going to have to do something else, which I was going to do something to the front anyway, but now I have to be, you know, strategic. So what I did was I took the lace, it was a wide lace, and I'll tell you even what it came from, and it was this wide, and it came off of a slip. I don't know if any of you are old like I am and you used to wear slips under your dresses, but I came across a few not long ago, a couple months ago. We were actually cleaning out my mom's place. We were downsizing her to move her into an assisted living, and she still had slips. No dresses, but still slips. And of course she wanted to keep them because they were lovely and all that. So I got home with a couple of them that I snuck out of there, and because they had this gorgeous lace on them. And there's some more stuff I swiped when she wasn't looking. But anyway, so I cut it to size, and then I folded it in half. Well, first I cut, sewed that in, and then I folded it in half. Then I clipped it on and sewed it on, so that the edges are nice and tidy. It went over the sides. This side you can actually see. Put that on first, and then I put the inside cover on so that it covered all the edge, except for here. That was gonna, I don't know if you remember, it was an envelope, so it had an opening, and I was gonna have a pocket in the back. Yeah, didn't work out so well, with all of the interesting cutting and gluing I had to do. So I just glued it shut, and then I think it's fine. And Allie, I told you about a little earlier, had suggested I put a fabric pocket so that it could, stretch a little. And so I've glued it in, and I'm trying to hold it in place so that it doesn't, I don't want it to be too baggy. So I'm holding it down until it dries. Okay, so now the next step is to sew this bad boy in. But before I do that, I want to show you this real quick. I had told you about the wordy birds, and I linked them below in the box excuse me, of the last video, and probably the one before that as well. But I printed them out again because I wanted to show you what all was in it. Oops. So it's 3 pages, and this is the one with the, I don't know how many inches this is, how big these are. Looks like 2 inches-ish, I would say, of circle, 2-inch circle with really pretty butterflies in it. These are the wings. So your birds face that way or that way, and your wings also go on whichever bird you choose. Here's the sayings. It's like this goldish, ochre, greeny color. The latest chirp. Find your wings and sing your song. And fly away is the other. Blue, green, pink, and that. And here are your bird bodies, which are gorgeous. I think I'm going to, that one. I think I'm going to do that on the cover. It depends if he's big enough, or she, I think. Depends. I've got to cover that up. But I was also thinking of cutting, fussy cutting. Oh, actually, I printed up some more of Tina's stuff, Roses Are Red stuff, that I was going to fussy cut and put here. So I might do that. I got to look at it and see. I also pulled this out of my stash. But I actually, now that I look at this, just cutting the flower box, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work. Then I also, look what else. Look at this. I mean, this just made me, almost weep. It was so pretty. Look at that. Gorgeous. But the problem is, and if you have any ideas, well, it's too late. Because by the time you see this, this will be over. It has netting, but it doesn't go high enough to, it would just kind of hang there. I just don't know about that. So I thought about cutting it in half, because here's the spine. Maybe kind of cutting that, hiding that or something, the netting, or cutting it out. I just don't know. So I'm gonna think about that and make a decision, obviously, because we're almost done. And that's all I have left. I'm sewing in the SIGs. And here are the options on hats. You got the little dunce hat, and you got the little jester hat. You've got top hats, and then I'm going to use this one if I do use a bird on the cover, because that's the hat we used on the inside, and I love it. And as you can see, not these, but these hats face the different directions. And then here are all of the fabulous hearts that you can use. Clearly, you can use these on anything. You don't have to use it with your bird, because, they're just extra gorgeousness. It's not necessarily part of the bird. Okay, so that is that part. I'm going to go put my thinking cap on and, figure out what to do next. Did you hear that? That was the sound of a grown woman crying. Oh my gosh, I've been fighting with this cover and trying so many different things to get where I wanted. It's not going to be what I had in my mind, and that's okay. My problem is I just have to let go of that and move on with the new vision that is becoming necessary. So I think I'm somewhere. I think I'm happy. I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to sew in the signature, and then I'm going to come back and show you. But I wanted to just give you a little peek. Got me a little wordy bird going. Got some more of the Roses Are Red stuff. This is all that's left of one of the pages, but it looks kind of like black, like chalkboard that's been erased and then written on. I love that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty sure I'm headed somewhere. So I will be back. I just wanted to let you know that that sound you heard was me crying. It's okay. Did you hear that? The crowd goes wild. Woo! Woohoo! We're finished, my friends. We are so finished. Okay, here's the cover. It's got these, the black and the cream and the black are from the red roses. Roses are red from Shabby Dabby Doo Dah, and there's pieces cut up and, you know, collaged, kind of glued on there. This is Wordy Birds, and these are appliques I had in my stash, and that is Wordy Birds. It is not what I had planned. Most of my stuff is not what I had planned, and so that's okay. You roll with it. If you can't, then you need to plan better than I do, or, you know, whatever. But I do have to cover the spine because my stitches are crooked, which is not that big a deal because you can cover it. Again, if that's a problem for you, use a better template system than I do. If it's just one, I just shove that pup in there and poke the holes, the cover and the pages all at once. And you can see it didn't work well this time. Usually it's fine, but that's okay. That's okay. The back has that pocket that Allie told me about, and it's got the little booklet in it. I found this in my stash. I got it from BB Craft ages ago when I got that lace I told you about. And it's so cute. I thought it was very springy. And so I put it in a few times, a few places. We have all the tabs. And we have some, not a lot, but some things poking out the top. Got a bag here, a glassine bag with things. Let me show you this. These are really cool paper clips. And I got them, yeah, I don't know, I'll link them below, but they're really pretty. And I saw somebody had them and they linked them, and I had to have them. Because there's purple, green, silver gold, and rose gold. And there's tons. Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah, whatever. Okay. 1 inch clips. It doesn't tell me how many, but look. Oh, and black. Let me put a black one out. So there's 2 rose golds and 2 golds. So it's a lot of clips, and I just think they're so cool. So I wanted to send those along. And there is some offcuts, some jelly paper, some little petals, flower layers. There's this little thing has some, yeah, I wouldn't really, well, that's ribbon, but I wouldn't really call it ribbon. It's seam binding and you know what you call it. And then a pretty long piece of this twiny stuff. I thought that might be fun to, you know, use these as cards and decorate them, or, you know, whatever. And then I'll put that back later. This is just a big card I had left over out of one of Tina's things, and I made it just I clipped it on. But let me show you this. I don't remember who I saw with it, but I had to have it, and I'm going to poke something. It's you use it for poking, like if you have a ID card, like at a that you put on a lanyard, and you use this. Isn't that cool? So I had to have it because, you know, I'm a gadget girl. Alright, I don't think I really need to do another another full flip through, because I've pretty much shown you everything. I've just gone back in and added a few tiny things that, you know, I really don't think there's much new to show you, but I every time I go through, I add more stuff. And I went ahead and sewed in the signature. If you, there's tons of better than I am people to with videos on how to do that. But if you want me to show you, I'll be happy to. Just let me know. It's not hard. It can be. If you're really one of those technical people, got to measure, got to do all the things. I'm not. And I'm okay if it's a little crooked. I don't necessarily love that, but it's okay. And then I guess that's it. So I just have to cover this. I forgot to do that. So thank you so much. I have had so much fun hanging out with y'all this last week and working on this, and I love the comments and chatting back and forth. And I just thank you so much. I forgot to mention I used my spun sugar, which is a really light, oops, light pink, to color over this. It is white. It was white. So I just wanted to take some of the whiteness off and put, you know, make it go better. All right, thank you so much. And I'm going to do it again because, like I said, I've got several of these 12 by 12 paper packs, and I want to do this. It's just so fun. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Also, I wanted to do, just for y'all, just for whoever's watching this video, I'm going to do a little drawing, or a little giveaway, I guess I should say, because everyone really liked this, the Wordy Birds. I'm going to draw for 2 downloads. I'm going to pay for them and have Laura at ThePaperedSoul send them to the 2 people who win. And I am so excited. So if you want to be in the drawing, if you already have this, or you know, you don't do birds or whatever, you're not interested, that's okay too. But if you want to be in the drawing, just comment below. I don't know what. Just I think just any of the comments are going to work. And I will do a drawing and let you know who wins. And when we find that out, all I will need is your email address so that I can give it to ThePaperedSoul, who will then email you the download. All right, I'm excited and I appreciate y'all so much. Okay, thank you.